Hello there everyone, welcome back to another Gate Ruler video. No camera because it's broken, so that's great. I'm going to try and get that fixed as soon as possible, but anyway. So, this... Okay, so here's some little backstory. I have connections with some people who are able to get product quite early. And when they were opening that product, they noticed that a certain card was not in the set, potentially, or they just, or they didn't pull it. However, they opened a reasonable amount of product, like enough that I was like, okay, that's interesting. So it does seem like there might be a card missing from the set. Well, here is the listing on the Japanese website, and let's just have a little look at the important bits here. So, 59 1 stars, 26 2 stars, 17 3 stars, 17 4 stars, 4 legends, 6 rulers, and it's 3 secrets. So, let's have a look here at the product specifications on the American website. Let's go down here and let's have a look. 59 1 stars, 26 2 stars, 17 3 stars, 17 4 stars. Wait a minute. 3 legends. So, yeah, it appears that one of the cards has been removed from the set for the English release. Now, before I discuss the potential reasons for that, what card is this? Well, I've teased you enough. It is Flying Spaghetti Monster, widely regarded as the strongest legend in the game. This card is absolutely ridiculous. I'm not going to get into why it's ridiculous. There are a numerous number of reasons. The point is, it is absolutely incredible, and it's a really big reason why Wonderverse is widely considered by far the strongest faction in the game. Now, another reason is AiboAcademy, but we, that is a card that deserves its own video, and it will get it once we get the set in English. So, we're not getting Flying Spaghetti Monster. And I can confirm from my sources who have opened product that, yeah, they didn't get any. It's not in the set at all. Why is this? Well, there are two possible reasons. The first reason is because it is technically a depiction of a religious figure. Now, it's worth saying that they got permission for the depiction at all in the Japanese version of the game, and there wasn't an issue there. So, is that really a problem? I mean, maybe they might be worried about a Western release. However, I will say, if that was an issue, they simply would have just given it a new piece of artwork and a new name, and they would have just printed it. Like, you don't just remove a card from the set without putting like a new version in, if that's the reason, right? Like, you would have created an alternate artwork, you would have used something, right? It wouldn't have been too expensive to do, it would have been simple and straightforward, and you wouldn't have been removing a very key part of the meta. Like, it's not like this is a common that no one would have missed. This is a legend, and it's a really good one. So that's the first possible explanation. The second possible explanation, what I believe is more likely, is they saw the feedback on the meta in Japan and they realized they messed up. This card was way too good. It's kind of been shown that the reason there's such a long gap in Japanese releases is because they basically had to sit down, reevaluate the whole way they're testing this game and everything, and sort of starting, with Gate Ruler 1.5 or 2.0, whatever, with set 3. That sounds scarier than it actually is. It's very much continuing. It's just, they've reevaluated how they're going to be balancing the game, and they're going to be doing it properly from set 3, or so they say. And this is basically, it's because Flying Spaghetti Monster, AiboAcademy, and another card, which I'll talk about in a little bit, together formed this ridiculous core, along with Schrodinger's cat, just formed this abusive, ridiculous core of a deck that was just completely unstoppable. It was so good. Like, I mean, it's not like it was unbeatable, right? But it was the fact that you had all that, and then you just had it in Apprentice, where you don't need to think, right? You have the deck, you just play. And it's so easy to pilot that it's just like, why would I play anything else? Like, Genesis Summoning was basically as good, but that required brain power. And I assure you, Red Pink Apprentice or Pink Yellow Apprentice, as sort of is also very popular, did not. So that's why I think they've removed it. I think they've removed it for balance purposes. And that's very interesting because there's actually something else we're missing in the English release at the moment, which hasn't been announced yet. Though I will say, I'll talk about when I think these are going to come in just a moment. And that is these starter decks. So the first one here is the New York Zombie Incident. And now the reason for this, to be fair, is because there were issues with the Japanese version, which are being fixed in the English version. However, I don't think those issues were so bad that they couldn't have just fixed them by printing some promos and slapping them on. I think this is a very intentional delay for both of these for one particular reason. I will say this does hurt Genesis Summon not having access to Jack. However, what is far more impactful is this card down there. What card is that? Space Cave. This card is by far the most important card from those starter decks, and it's another reason why pink is so ridiculous. What does it do? Well, whenever you counter check it, you just rest something on your opponent's board. It's basically like it reads heal 3 or heal 4 every time you check it. It's a level 0. It costs basically nothing to play. It's an instant 4 in any pink deck. It's so absurd. And it's yet another reason why Darumagedon decks were so hard to deal with, because, you know, like, you could just... you were able to accrue your advantage using Darumagedon. Darumagedon drives 1 on attack, so you were able to use that to accrue lots of advantage. And whenever your opponent tried to deal with that in any way, if they did any damage to you, they were either going to get like zapped, or they were going to Schrodinger's cat, or you were going to get a cat and you could potentially just get out a flying spaghetti monster, or you were going to get space caves and suddenly your ruler wasn't going to be able to swing, or one of your big units wasn't able to swing. It was absolutely ridiculous. So this is a card that we are not going to have in English either, which is really interesting. Is it a good thing? Yeah, absolutely. I think not having these cards, in particular Flying Spaghetti Monster, but really Space Cave as well, not having these for our English Set 2 format is definitely going to be a good thing. I think we're going to have much more diversity in our format. It's going to be way easier for decks to be successful. You know, a lot of these tier 2 decks, tier 1.5 decks are going to be seeing way more success because Darumagedon's not going to be anywhere near as good because it's missing Flying Spaghetti Monster and Space Cave. These are big losses, right? Like, yeah, the deck is still going to gain an advantage out the arse, but it's not going to be anywhere near as difficult to deal with. It should be far more balanced with these changes. So, when are we going to get these cards? Well, I think it's fairly straightforward. We will probably be getting these starter decks with the release of Set 3. We might even get, assuming they release 2 more starter decks with Set 3 in Japan, we'll get all 4 at once, which will be pretty crazy. I hope they slow down on the release of starter decks, maybe just give us, 1 with Set 3 rather than 2 more, but, who knows, we'll see what they do. And I think Flying Spaghetti Monster will be printed in Set 3 as an as an additional legend, potentially with a boosted legend drop rate within that set, because obviously we need access to this card. It just came out too soon. And who knows, to be fair, maybe they might just indefinitely delay it. They might have just deleted it from the game for the English version, though I doubt that. I very much doubt that, because it's very much the intention that this is a global game with, they want a global world, so they want all this. We're going to be getting simultaneous release from Set 3, so it is my belief that this card will simply be inserted into Set 3. But there we go, that's the video. I hope you guys found this interesting. I think it's really interesting that they've made the decision. I think it's a good decision. I'm very happy they made it. I'm absolutely in favour of it. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing where our meta goes without the big old spaghetti. But there we go, that's it. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks very much for watching. Also, subscribe to the channel, like the video. Thanks to Sundar, my Simon level supporter. And yeah, see you next time. Cheers.